Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Yeah, you read it right. You read the title of this show, right? Yeah, you did. Oh, hell no. Okay, you read this right. You went out there and stumped the joint up with a full house. Even though they were Pittsburgh Steelers fans down there, but you went out there and stumped the joint up with a full house. See, games like this and the way that you play games like this determine whether people in your city are going to come and support you. Now, this is game one. And I'm going to say right here, right now. I'm going to say right here, right now. Raheem Morris, you have made your first crucial mistake. I'm just going to say it right now. By not playing your number one offense, not playing your quarterback who has not taken a snap in a pro football game on a pro football field since October when it counted, this was a mistake because all I could see was rust. That's the only thing I could see was rust. Lack of time. And that last interception that was thrown, because the offensive line couldn't hold up, we got a problem. We definitely got a problem. You played against Arthur Smith, the person that brought those people in here that you have, you still got a few of these people still there. You wanted to feature Bijan Robinson, but it looked like Tyler Algier was getting more yards going straight up Peachtree Street than anybody else. Then on top of that, your defense. Now, people can say what they want to about the defense not tackling, and there were some bad missed tackles and these strafing runs that I see people doing now that's so fashionable in the NFL. But that defense gave you multiple opportunities to win the game. The defense, in comparison to what the offense did today, they played their natural ass off. The defense played their behind off today. Multiple opportunities against an elusive running quarterback. Now, that's something else that we got to look at too. We got a statue. In getting a Kirk Cousins, we got a statue. You don't have the option or the threat of Kirk Cousins running anywhere. You don't have the option or threat of Kirk Cousins moving off of a spot. And even though he was back there in that pistol formation all day, he was still getting tagged because it's looking like he's got the stare down disease too. I'm going to have to take a look at the tape, but from what I'm seeing, it looks like he has the stare down disease too. It's just like we've got Matt Ryan back all over again at this juncture. But definitely he could have used some preseason snaps. Going out there playing, getting back in the groove to get the feel of the speed of the game. Because you didn't play in any of the 3 preseason games. You played in that little scrimmage against Miami, and that's it. You The receivers, everybody has got to get the timing. You got to get the timing. Oh, I didn't even put, I'm so doggone mad, I didn't even put the doggone link up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Man, I was so mad and wanted to come on here that I didn't even put the link up. I want to get on here quick. Come on, link. There's a link for anybody who wants to join in and come on. I hate to, well, I'm sorry. No. I can't say that I hate to do it. But thing is, when you get paid the money that you're getting paid as an offense coordinator, defense coordinator, head coach, whatever, you're supposed to be ready. You're supposed to be ready. And any mistakes that you make, I can't sit up here and abide by any of these mistakes that you make and act like, you didn't, that I'm okay with it. I'm going to have to call it out. I'm definitely going to have to call it out because, see, I'm saying you should have played some in the preseason. This offense should have played some in the preseason. First string offense should have played some in the preseason. I mean, what's going on, C-Dub? Hold up, I can't hear you.
What's up, John?
What's going on, C-Dub?
Man, I was having a fabulous day. Yesterday we did some balloon bouquets, helping some victims out. Doing what we could to be a part of the community. And I was all excited about football. And I kept up. My only worry was I was like, we're going to make this O-line do a whole lot more pass protecting than they're used to. And I was like, nah, I'm going to buy it. You know what? I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be positive about this team because everyone kept telling me to be positive. You know that, John.
Yeah.
John, I'm positive that Raheem Morris just farted in the elevator. For what a way to just piss away the momentum of the fans. All that talking, all that, being so braggadocious. And you come off offensively. You made Kirk Cousins look like a moron. And look, some of those plays wasn't all on him. Where Dwelling's walking and he got, the ball snapped onto him. I get that. That's going to happen. But, John, if you would have just, given some guys some reps, let the offensive line get reps because, new system, new quarterback, how do they handle the snap count, how they handle protections. Teach Kyle Pitts how to chip block because, my Lord, boy was about juked out of his shoes when he tried to chip block. And then the other thing, Raheem, you do know that there's no need to try to fluff the Atlanta media because Arthur Smith was our coach, and he was a jerk. All we asked you to do was win. This game featuring Arthur Smith, who, John, our defense gave up 6 field goals. Did not give up a touchdown. And we lose the game. How? I love the Falcons, and I get it. Oh, be positive, but I'm positive. AJ Terrell, you better learn how to cover some top receivers because you got paid. I mean, I'm just saying, this is now what happens when you lose a game like this in the first game of the year. All the talk about how the offense was going to be better, all the talk about the running game, all the talk about, but the moment we start needing to make plays, we intercepted we got intercepted twice. Kirk Cousins wasn't on his game. Maybe injury, maybe the fact that he didn't play any preseason. In the press conference, he talked about, hey, I'm here. Let's play. And they didn't play. And they were bragging about not playing.
See, my problem is that y'all know what I've been saying the whole year. If it's good enough for Tom Brady to play in the preseason, it's good enough for anybody else. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If Tom Brady, the anointed, arguably, properly recognized GOAT of the National Football League. Oh, I was hearing a beeping.
Oh yeah, it's probably me typing. My bad.
No. It was my washer.
Oh, okay.
If the GOAT said that it's necessary, that it's needed, plus the fact Kirk Cousins has not taken a snap in a real game since October of last year, which is just about a year ago. The man needs to get out there and get accustomed to the speed of the game, because that last pass that he threw for the interception, that was horrific. He was trying to pass in between three freaking people instead of lobbing it over the top. If he had dropped that down, it at least would have been a completion. But you throwing interceptions, man. And the first interception where you tried to sidearm and get it to somebody. See, if you have been playing football, you wouldn't have even tried it. You wouldn't have even tried it. Now, my offensive coordinator, I got a problem with him, because why were you only in one freaking formation just about the entire game? You in the pistol the entire game. All right. Now, why? Why were you in the pistol the entire game? Here you got Pittsburgh over here with a and coming into the game, Justin Fields was a dubious, doubtful quarterback. Okay, you thought you were going to have Russell Wilson. You wish you could have had Russell Wilson. I hate to see what Russell Wilson would have been able to do with all the opportunities that the offense gave him by screwing up out there. Okay, you put a dubious quarterback back there, and you're putting him in every formation known to man. He's in the shotgun. He's in the pistol. He's up under center. He's, and with the threat of being able to run that we don't have now, because we have another statue. We've got another statue in Kirk Cousins. All right?
Yep.
Now, that being so, he's definitely, if he's going to pass from that spot that he settles into. Every time the ball is snapped, he's going to pass from that spot. He may run to the left, run to the right, but from what I remember about Kirk Cousins, that's not a strong suit.
He can move around the pocket, but he's not your typical scrambler. So yeah, right. He can move. Yeah. So, and he is one of those. They were saying on the broadcast on the radio was Kurt, to call bootlegs for Kurt, no one's going to respect it. And not only that, he can't really just make that run like other guys can. So, or not right now. So I'm going, why are you calling bootlegs then?
Yeah, I mean, this with as loaded. Now, this game, like we said Wednesday night, this game was loaded.
Mm-hmm.
This game was loaded. You got Arthur Smith coming back as offensive coordinator. You got first game of the year under Raheem Morris in the new regime. You got Kirk Cousins here. You didn't allow him to play during the preseason, so He's supposed to be able to hit the ground running and get the team started. You got new pieces on defense. Okay, you got a new defensive coordinator, and I mean, this game was loaded. And once again, just like it was all last year, only one side of the ball came to play today. One side of the ball. That defense. Now, something I got to say about the defense negatively is this: we're not wrapping up. We're not tackling. The only thing we want to do is just hit folk and let them bounce off and strafe them, and try to spin them around. And you need to put them on the floor. When you make contact, put them on the floor. We are overrunning plays trying to get the big hit instead of doing just basic wrap up tackling. We're leaning, trying to get people, that type of stuff. But with all of that, you put the team in a position to win. You kept putting the team in a position to win. But the offense didn't. Your offense, once again, is offensive. I mean, it's pitiful. It's offensive. It's pitiful. Man, man.
When you saw the video of them trying to chip with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, when
TJ Watt.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck were y'all thinking? You put our guy over there. Put Charlie Warner over there. He's used to that. That's what he was brought in for. And it's maddening because we talked about it when Penix got picked. Go get you a tackle. Get you somebody that can actually, elevate or give some competition to McGarity. But they thought, our starter Dahlman got blown up in a couple of plays. So it wasn't just McGarity. It was everybody at one point. Now, did Chris Lindstrom, I know he went out, but did he ever come back? I thought he did.
Yes,
I didn't know. Okay, he did.
Back.
Okay.
He came back.
So,
because on that screenplay, the announcers didn't say anything about it, but I saw him grab his head after that screenplay while he was down on the ground.
And that's what they were calling, what was it? The guys that announced it on the radio, Weston Durham, they were talking about how that was upstairs. They called it. They told him to come out. So, for the media or for the television one, I'm surprised they didn't mention it. But, yeah, when you saw it, you were like, okay, this is what's going on. But it's like after that, that's when the game shifted, I felt. Because they were rolling really good, but then they started they were misfiring everywhere, And Cousins, when he starts getting rattled, he starts looking for certain guys, which is you saw Ray McLeod, Mooney, and when he tried to push the ball to other guys, he was getting himself in trouble.
Now, look at this question from John Brooks.
All right.
He says, John, I have a question for you and C-Dub. Do we think about giving Penix a shot? I mean, it couldn't be any worse.
Honestly, here's my thought. I got to give them enough rope to hang themselves with. And we said that first year, Cousins should play. If Cousins is hurt or just not able to play up to his level, you're going to have that difficult conversation because here's something that we need to have a real talk about. We just got beat by Pittsburgh, who didn't score a touchdown. They scored 6 field goals. We're about to go play Philadelphia. And we saw Philadelphia give up the ball, but they held their opponents to Green Bay to those field goals, and that's what made the difference for them to win the game, I thought, was them making those initial stands, staying in the game, and then they took it over. And then you got Kansas City coming around. I hate to say it because the way we look, I don't see how we're going to really beat those guys now. I could say it with not a problem is I could see us actually saying we could start out 0-3 before that long haul of a division record that we were talking about the other day. And nobody wants to bring that up, but that's I all that goodwill, John, got sucked out by the fourth quarter
Just went
because
right out the door.
because
Just
you
went right out
saw
the door.
because you saw how McGarity was having a hard time. You saw, you know, it wasn't everybody having a hard time. And let's be honest, those guys are great players. TJ, not TJ Watt, those guys, they are great players. But
Mm-hmm.
man, when you have that moment where we were having the same issues, we can't get the ball to Drake, we can't get the ball to Pitts. Pitts finally gets a wide open touchdown, great play. But it took a while just to get him the ball. And we're going to have another conversation in this where I go, are our weapons really that good? Or were we just sold a bill of goods?
Well, this okay, now let me answer John Brooks' question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
First, before I say anything about that, because you did bring up some good points. I'm going to tell you this. No, you better not put Penix behind this. I from what I saw of
that one game that we saw
of the imagination of the offensive coordinator, which it looks like he only has one page in his playbook, and the way that this offensive line is now, next week, this is liable to be far, far worse. This is liable to be far, far worse because of Philadelphia's defensive line. This is liable to be really bad because Pittsburgh's defensive line, they are pretty good, but Philadelphia's defensive line with all of those Georgia players on it, it's going to be a problem. It's definitely going to be a problem. And first thing I was wondering, and I asked it in the chat over in the Atlanta Bird game while they were having the in-game chat, was this: why weren't there any quick passing plays called where Kirk Cousins straightens up, boom, to a receiver, straightens up, boom, to a receiver? You're standing back there looking. I thought I was watching Matt Ryan. I thought I was watching Ryan. Because see, the thing is, you don't have the luxury. When your offensive line is iffy like that, you don't have the luxury for searching for anybody. You put people in position, offensive coordinator, to where they can catch the pass, boom. Just like that. Nothing far downfield, even if it's just off the line of scrimmage, right off the line of scrimmage, on a drag route, on a comeback, something of that nature. You don't, I mean, man, this is just frustrating to me. And, to another thing that you had said, C-Dub, about people telling you to be positive, I never listen to what people try to tell me. I never listen to that.
Yep.
Because my motto has always been, get it off the paper, put it on the field. All you had, and I remember our very last broadcast prior to this game, when we were talking about, when people were asking me, well, what do you think? I don't know what to think. I have nothing that I can fall back on to say that this conglomeration of this group of people is going to perform this way, that way, or whatever. I got to see them first.
Yeah, you made that very clear on my show.
Yeah, that has been my mantra and been my only comment about what it is that I think is going to happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
And today demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt, it demonstrated beyond any type of discussion that this, I just don't know. I just don't know. Now, John
it's
Brooks.
crazy. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, now John Brooks comes back and says, "But John, if Kirk keeps playing like this, we got to do something because Kirk looked like a deer in the headlights when they lights hit their eye."
First of all, John Brooks.
He
First
right
of
though.
all, you are very right. We're not actually going to say you're wrong here, but I'm going to also say this. The reason why I say 3 games is I'm being petty. That's the amount that preseason is. So you've got your 3 hardest games. Nah, there's no need to show what we're able to do. We're going to be secret. Oh, wait a minute. So that first game, are we supposed to throw that out of the? See, you're going to start hearing people doing that, trying to make up for this team. We got to call it like it is. Kirk Cousins may be a very good quarterback, but with this line of scrimmage, with what our eyes tell us, McGarity ain't the guy that's supposed to be on that side protecting them. We might be better off having Storm Norton playing that spot versus McGarity, but that they're not going to do it. So we just got to see where we go. But I got to say, give him 3 games. We got to see if he makes it through Philadelphia and make him through against KC. And then we'll go from there because our biggest test is the division. And if we're supposed to win this division, that's where we need to be rolling on. That's where we need to be kicking on.
See, and that's something that we got to look at because after these 3 games, we got 3 straight division games.
Yeah.
After these 3 games, after Philadelphia and Kansas City, you got New Orleans, Tampa Bay, and Carolina. Right? I might not have the.
I got the calendar. Give me a second. I'll go grab one. I'll grab it because I have the schedule.
Those 3 games. I know those 3 games are coming up. You know? And see, we did not look like we could beat anybody. Not today.
And guess what? We're playing those games. That's primetime games, folks. Monday, tomorrow, next week is Monday Night Football.
And the week after that is Sunday night football.
Sunday night.
Right?
Yep. And then you get the Bengals on the day after my birthday, the Saints. Then on October 3rd, we got a Thursday night game, and that's against Tampa Bay, and that's at home. So at least we have 3 home games in that stretch. But then on the 13th, we got to go to Carolina. So right there, and by the time October's done, folks, we will have played Tampa Bay twice. So yeah, October 3rd and October 27th. Last I heard, everyone told us that the only competitor to us would probably be Tampa Bay. Well, that's what we got. So I'm looking at the schedule right now. So.
And joining us also is El Jefe.
Yep.
Hey man, let me tell you something. And look at him now. You want your stomach to really get upset? Read that.
Yeah. I know. Oh, they lit it up today. The Saints did. They killed the Panthers. Man. Yeah.
With Derek Carr.
Yep.
And folk were talking about Derek Carr like a dog. Oh, that joker couldn't throw up if he had a stomachache. He can't throw nothing. He can't throw dice. All that.
I know.
And one of the things that Winston always was talking about was the money that we spent on Kirk Cousins and the money that we spent on Penny, or the draft pick that we spent on Penny. Now, But hey, Keely, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Oh,
I think the first thing that stood out, and it was one of the things that I had concerns about, but it was the first thing that jumped in my mind is the fact that we had rookie coordinators. We had an offensive coordinator that's never called plays before, and we had a defensive coordinator that's never called plays before in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was like, I felt like there was a possibility of getting out coached, but I just felt like Pittsburgh offensive line was as bad as I saw in the preseason. I just felt like it was just so bad that the coaching experience wouldn't matter, but I was wrong. And
Yeah.
the offensive line looked decent enough. And Arthur Smith really had he kept them moving. Like he had Fields run left, Fields run right.
Yeah.
He didn't have Fields just sit in the pocket. So
right. Hey, who has something? I hear.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I had the game, the radio on. That's my bad.
Oh,
I thought
hey,
I had
keep
it
it.
turned down.
Hey, C-Dub, keep
Yeah.
it a little bit low where you can hear it, because see if they have anything interesting come across the radio, I wanna pick up on it.
Oh, okay. Will do.
If you don't mind, just keep it
No problem. Yeah.
just keep it just a little bit.
Go ahead, Keely. My bad.
Now Keely, I saw you in the chat, in the in-game chat, and you said this is what happened when you don't play in the preseason.
yeah.
Don't feel bad, Keely. We were all saying that.
Because there's a lot of
And
stuff. It's a lot of stuff like when you're talking about drops, mishandling, timing, stuff like that. That's what you get in the preseason. I get that. Like if Kirk is in his third year of this offense with these players, then I don't have an expectation that he should play a snap because he's a veteran at that point. But I do think because he's coming off that injury,
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't played in numerous months, and because he's working with new teammates, and I just think it probably would have been beneficial. I get that they do have practices, but the game speed is a lot different than you can't mimic that in practice, and it's very hard to.
yeah, that was what I was seeing on those two interceptions that he threw.
Yeah,
Okay, those two interceptions that he threw were rookie type interceptions, in my opinion. From my observation,
Mm-hmm.
those rookie type interceptions. Then on top of that, um, if you look at the amount of time that it's been since Kurt has been on a field where records are being kept, where
yeah,
standings are being made, it's been almost a year. You haven't been on the field in a year. Now, you're not going back on the field with the team that you last played with. Okay? You're going on the
Mm-hmm.
field with different people. All right.
yeah,
Now, even though you guys might have talked about this, and if I see this, I'm going to do that, or if you do that, I'm going to do this, and I need for you to, I want you to run this route this way or whatever. And you guys have never been in the fire.
yeah,
Well, I mean, I'm looking at this, and I'm going to say, like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, this was Raheem Morris's first big mistake. I'm gonna say that this is one of your first big mistakes, because thing is, now did y'all see how Kirk Cousins was getting popped, getting tackled?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm holding my breath all the time, just making. Is he gonna get up? Is he gonna be hopping? Is he gonna be limping? Whatever. See, the thing is, I remember the Detroit Pistons back when the Bad Boys were playing. They didn't call it a workout unless some folk were fighting, because
Mm-hmm.
they used to beat each other up in practice, so that when the game came, it wasn't nothing different. Matter of fact, it was less physical during the game than it was in their practices. You know, you get beat up by Rick Mahorn and
Dylan
Lane
Beer.
Beer and all of them. Shoot, you go out there on the floor, man, that ain't nothing. Them jokers ain't doing nothing. And say, for instance, you check somebody real hard, they fall down, and everybody raising all kind of saying, man, we do that in practice. That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
It just, if anything, when you watch the game, when you watch the offensive play calling and the way the game was going, it felt a lot like last year. Like we
Yes,
were just,
yeah.
you know, like spinning your wheels type of style of, you're just, you're there, you're trying to get things going, but it's just not kicking off the way you want it to.
Mm, yep. Oh, we got Red in here. Red,
What's up, Red?
What's up?
Red, you can just start cussing. I ain't, just start cussing. Hell.
Well, I mean, I'm really not that pissed off. I'm mad we lost, but basically, to me, the offense really was just rested. They needed some preseason, man. They needed some reps together. It just look a little rusty. Can y'all hear
Hey,
me?
Red,
Yeah.
you got a lot of popping in your phone. You put some water in that phone before you start talking on it.
No, I'm on my headset. Let me take it off.
I thought your phone needed a little antifreeze or something.
I do agree that the offense was rusty, but the play calling wasn't all that imaginative. Like it. To be fair, people will get mad at this statement,
hmm
but I've seen more creative play calling from Arthur Smith. Like we can accuse Arthur Smith of doing too much, trying to put too much razzle dazzle, trying to have Ritter do 360 passes and stuff, but like this was really kind of way on the opposite end. It's like we overcorrected. Is Zach Robinson offense really wasn't all that, like he wasn't faking nobody out. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
yeah. Cause
you
see,
you
go ahead, Keith. I'm sorry.
I was
Go
gonna say
ahead.
you could see what was coming. It was just a matter if you could stop it, basically.
Yeah, and my thing is that okay, we were in the pistol the whole damn game, just about. We in the pistol. All right. Now the commentators. Now I'm gonna take what they say for. I take it with a grain of salt, as far as whether they were accurate or not. But they were saying that Kirk Cousins has never been in the pistol offense, and that was an adjustment for him. Now, something about that too. Your defense knows how to rush that offense if that's all you're going to go into, or that particular formation, if that's all you're going to go into. Okay.
Yeah.
You never move the target as far as, like you say, Keely, trying to fool them, trying to outmaneuver them, trying to diversify to the extent where they couldn't get a bead on you. We didn't do any of that.
We
None of
didn't
that
help
took place.
Caleb out either. Like we didn't help Caleb. So like you were alluding to, there's things you can do to compensate for. All right, if one of your tackles is getting kind of or needs help, there's play calling you can do to kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, you
Quick
let TJ
hitches.
Watt, let TJ Watt go upfield. B John gonna go out the back door. Like there's things you can do. You can run right at TJ Watt. Like there's things
Mm-hmm.
you can do to help out a pass rush. Like call a draw play. Let him come on up here. Like I just didn't see the creativity in the play calling. And again, he's a first time play caller. I don't know. I'm assuming because I mean Raheem Wade started on the defensive side of the ball, right? So I'm assuming that it's not like
Mm-hmm.
a Arthur Smith situation between like a committee of people, you know, calling plays or whatnot. So I'm assuming it's all on Zach, but that was one of the things that stood out. Yeah, I believe there is rush there, but the play calling just seemed kind of blah. I mean, we saw what Arthur Smith was doing. He was like, all right, like it was the same. Arthur Smith didn't really necessarily do anything different. He ran the ball, get Fields out, easy pass here, bootleg, easy pass there. Like we really didn't see anything different from Arthur Smith. It was just that it was effective. Because eventually we just got worn down. Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing Arthur Smith did in Atlanta. We're gonna run, and eventually, you know. And with Fields, he definitely used Fields' legs even just to move the pocket.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
see, that's one of the things I said. We got another statue.
And we got 6 field goals. We gave up 6 field goals and still
And
lost.
and with a defense, and you just giving up field goal, man.
Yeah, man. Defense played pretty solid today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Defense gave us a chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, numerous chances. You
And that's
know,
with AJ Terrell having some issues with George Pickens.
and see it wasn't a goal line stand, but that fourth down stand where Landman, that was Landman that jumped over the top and caught. But now see, when your defense gives you something like that,
You got to go down and score points on that one.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
yeah,
When
yeah.
Go down.
man, look, and see stuff like that gets the Buddy Ryan effect started, where the defense is talking in another room about how bad the offense is in this room.
Yeah.
See that
I can definitely tell you, they gonna be some talking this week today, when they go, man, we gave them 2 chances. I know Judon gonna be like, man, I damn near put the damn ball in your hand.
And see, thing is, folk like Judon, they start, stuff start coming into mind. What the hell did I come down here for? Why am I here? Because no matter what it is that I do, I'm not on offense. I got to rely on these jokers over here to score. And from what I saw today, well, what the hell? Why did I come here? Because and they got here because of the paper. They got here because of the paper. Man. See, and then on top of that, all right, I think that the Steelers fans once again were in the majority in our stadium today. But
Well, I'll say this. Because my girl, she's from Pittsburgh, and we were even she admitted when kickoff started, it looked like it was like 30-70, like Falcons. Like in terms of everyone waving their white flag when the kickoff, it looked like they only took up about like 30-35% of the stadium. But towards the end,
Falcons fans.
no, Falcons fans took up like 70%.
Oh, okay.
We weren't outnumbered in there.
No.
But as the game got towards like the fourth quarter, and when that momentum started shifting, the only flags you saw like waving were those terrible towels. So at the end of the game, I'm looking around, and that momentum shifting, you didn't see those white flags flying anymore. It was just a whole bunch of terrible towels. So it looked like towards the end of the game that they just took over. But in reality, and that's the thing I'm scared of, because Falcons fans showed up. They didn't allow the stadium to get taken over. It was really 30-70. Like when I tell you, I can send y'all the because I took a video of it from my seats. It was clearly like 70-30 in terms of the white flags that were flying. But towards the end of the game, when all the air was just kind of taking out the stadium and all the fans were just like, bruh, it was a point in the game where fans just felt like, oh, these are the same old Falcons. And it just took all the air out and all the excitement. And then all of a sudden you just hear all the Steeler fans dominating. Like all the Steeler fans were louder at that point. because it just came to a point in the game where Falcons fans were just like, "Bro, we got excited for them."
Yeah. See, that's
And that's the cycle of a Falcon fan. It's like you know, first season, the first day of the new season, you're excited, you can't wait, you want to see it, you can't sleep,
They
and then
did
you
their
come,
part.
yeah,
Falcon fans did their part. I don't want to hear
yeah,
nothing about the Falcons. They did their part.
yeah. It's
They
and not only that, it felt the team was moving the ball, they were doing some good stuff, and then it was just weird because when Chris Lindstrom had that thing where they removed him, but then he came back, but it's almost like the momentum was gone. Just that juju was gone.
yeah. Once that air, like over time, like as the game started going and the game started going and interception, fumble, this and that,
Hmm.
you could just see the shift. And all of a sudden, the Steelers fans start getting louder, getting louder.
Yeah,
Falcons fans start getting quieter. Like you, I will say this, man. I don't want to hear nothing about Falcons fans not showing up because you have to give them something to show up for. Like they showed up, they did their part, but the team took the air out of the fans.
yeah,
They didn't give any of the fans anything to keep being loud about.
Not
Like
after
it was just
halftime, they did.
yeah, it was just like disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. The Falcons fans, they did their part today. I
yeah,
They did their part.
Defense too.
Yeah, that's the disappointing part for me because Falcon. That's one of the biggest complaints from people is Falcons fans and people talking about how the Steelers fans were going to outnumber the Falcons fans. But that was not the case. I was there. Like I had a great seat. I saw the whole thing, and yeah, that was not the case. Like I'll share the video. Like that was not the
yeah.
case.
It was tough.
man,
It's
I
tough.
tell you, um,
Mm,
after this past year, this past off season, with all of this anticipation, all of this movement,
hmm.
bad press conferences, good press conferences, all of that, and y'all come out in your first game, which happens to be at home, and you stink up the joint like this. See,
Here's my question for you, John.
mm-hmm,
We got the Eagles next, and then we got the Chiefs, right?
Hmm.
yep,
If we look like this through those three games, does anyone start complaining about our head coach?
I would imagine that they're complaining right now. I'm kind of waiting on the post game show for the Falcons when the people start calling in
Hmm.
because I want to hear what they have to say. And the thing about it is, and this is always just my opinion. Um, with all of the, like C-Dub said, goodwill, pump up. We got this, we got that. We went and did this, we went and did that, and this and that. All of that. And you do this, and it's a reasonable expectation that it's going to look even worse next week on national television, where everybody in the country will get to see this mess.
Hmm.
Aren't the next two on national televised?
I was just stopping with this one. I was just stopping with this one because see, matter of fact, now to your point, okay, now next week is Monday night, and the week after that is Sunday night. Oh boy. See, this
Yeah,
this can get real ugly real quick.
This about to be
I'm,
embarrassing.
I'm I'm not so sure it's that bad though.
Okay,
I
well,
don't,
talk me
I
off
don't.
the ledge then. Talk me off the ledge then,
Yeah,
nigga.
please
I'm saying,
tell me we're not gonna go 0-3.
well,
All right, what a way to
Look,
start
look,
the
look,
argument.
look. Let me say.
Hey,
Let me say this. Let me say
Hold
this.
on, I'm gonna
The
tell you a
defense.
scenario that could be worse. 0-4. Cause Derek Carr and them just put like
yep, New Orleans right after that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
cause
yeah.
them boys
Look,
just put
yeah,
up
I
some
want to
just
say that it's not as bad, and I'm really just trying to be positive because I mean I feel every one of y'all. I mean I want to really say what some of the things y'all saying, but I'm trying because it's just the first game. It's just I mean we can't have this big anticipation for the season, and then just it's all downhill after one game because yeah we did look a little rusty, but this offense together this really their first time playing together. I
I
mean
appreciate
so
your positivity, Red, but let's do this. Are we gonna beat the Eagles?
if the defense play like they did today and the offense play much better than they did today, we got a chance.
All right.
But
I just wanted to see if you were just talking or if you actually believed it. That's why I asked.
I
Okay.
mean, I believe 10 points not gonna beat no Eagles. So yeah, if the offense play like they did today, absolutely not. We're not gonna beat the Eagles. But if the offense play like we anticipate them playing, they give us a much competitive game like they did today, and the defense play as solid as they did today, hey, we got a shot. If the offense
I'm
play
ready
like
to
they did today, absolutely no chance. We're
I'm
gonna
ready
be
to
the Eagles.
fire up every alarm, a pull every buzzer, a get out the building, it's on fire. I'm ready to
I
pull
know.
every
That's
single
what I'm
one of them.
saying.
I feel
All this after
0-4
week
coming.
one,
I'm
it
sorry.
just
I'm scared.
I feel y'all look. I've been like this, but I'm trying to be if this was Arthur Smith, if this was still Arthur Smith regiment, I would be right with y'all. Because personally I probably wouldn't even be that excited for the season. But being that my anticipation was so high for the season, I got to get you guys at least a few games. Just to see if this is the one game, is this today an anomaly, or is this a collective effort of games? And then I know, okay, well this is the normal thing right here. Y'all pretty much suck on offense. But I need to
I'm
see
ready
a
to fire
collective.
every alarm. Call
Well,
the officers, call
Cause
everybody.
you got to think, Keely.
The
This is the first
the
time
house is on fire right now.
everybody played together. So
well,
everybody, I mean,
And we
Red,
looked that
that's the
bad with the
problem,
offensive
Red.
line.
Red, that's the problem.
yeah, we should have.
That's the
They
problem.
should have had some preseason reps.
That's the problem. And that's why I've already said, Raheem Morris, this is your first mistake as a head coach. This is your first mistake. You should have had Kirk Cousins and this first string offense out there playing. And the way that they look today, I had said just a series or two, but the way that they look today, them jokers needed to play a half.
All right. Did anyone hear the broadcast on the radio?
Man, I'm sorry, I didn't.
All right.
I
All right.
should have, but
But
go ahead, C-Dub.
Red or Keely, were you able to? Just asking.
I watched the TV game.
Okay.
I was at the game.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Keely
yeah.
was
Well,
at the
all
game.
right. Cool. So Wes and Arch, or Wes and Dave, were talking, and this was the most thing that kind of made me go, "Oh, now I'm pissed." They talked about. He says, we saw this during the behind the scenes practices, and where these are the practices now that are supposed to be taking place in the preseason, and the Falcons struggled with lining up, getting into position, and procedure flags, basically, where people were getting, the flags, basically when we started getting flags like crazy on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And Arch kept going. This is what he's struggling with. This is what he's struggling. And I'm going, so you're telling me you've been blowing hot air up our butts where you were telling us, oh man, we've been doing these double practices and we are able to control the flow of the game and be able to make it in game like, but yet your guys were having hard times playing the game. That should have told you right there. We need to get them together. We need to practice. We need to make sure we're on. Because the reason why I've always been saying it was your first 3 games are against quality playoff teams. Whether we want to joke around about the Steelers, here's the thing: they made the playoffs last year with all the craziness that they had to go through. And I'm going to go here. Arthur Smith will fit well with them because Mike Tomlin doesn't want mistakes. They want to possess the ball, like you said, Keely, run at them, drive them to the point that they can't defend. They'll score more touchdowns, but either way, that's a them thing, not ours. But the Eagles, they played the Packers and they looked better, especially when during the game where they gave up the interceptions and the fumbles. They turned around, held them to field goals, and they ended up winning the game by 5. Those are the things. And the Chiefs, come on, you know what you're going to see with them. Yeah, they're bringing it all. So, and Xavier Worthy, we better watch out. That boy can run. And when they started saying, yeah, AJ needs help to cover Pickens, that's the problem. You signed a contract where you're not supposed to. You basically say, AJ, get him, take him. And there you go. That's these are the things that are very problematic. And like I've always said, when you get a new system, you get a new quarterback, a new coach, that are signs that you have to do you definitely need to have preseason. You need to have some reps. John's right where he says this is one of the biggest mistakes Raheem made.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Like I say, let's see. Let's not jump off the bridge. Let's see how they look against the Eagles, because they come out looking
I'm already
strong
off
against
the
the
bridge. I'm
Eagles.
halfway down.
Hold on. This is Monday Night Football, Red, and we talk about how. Think about it. How many times have we said, "Oh man, we don't get no Monday night games. We don't get no primetime games." Well, we're about to have some primetime games,
That's
aka
what I'm
where
saying.
John's about to make phone calls and demand that they change the game.
No demand. Look, if we want to be great, we gotta perform great under the big lights. So this is a test, because they know how they disappointed fans today. So now you got what, 6-7 days to get prepared for the Eagles. You know where you're going. You're going up into the Dean's Nest of Philadelphia. So look, Kirk, you can't be rusty now next week. I'll forgive you for week 1 because you had no preseason. But next week, you come out looking like this, and we come out of Lincoln Financial with only 10 points, and that defense only give up under 20 points, and we lose again. Oh well, it ain't gonna you gonna really get the real Red. Red ain't gonna be so positive or so nice this time. But like I say, I know the man had no preseason. I know he's coming off a Achilles injury. This is the first time that everybody has played. Everybody, the whole team has played together. So even though the defense did look pretty solid, so like I said, the defense played well enough to win. Offense didn't give a shit after halftime. So 10 points not gonna cut it, but I'm not gonna, like I said, not gonna jump off the bridge just yet. Let me see how we look going up to Philly with an extra day of preparation. Monday night, prime time. You know the whole world watching. You embarrass us again. Oh boy, I'm afraid of what I'm gonna say after that.
I wonder if it's like Kirk's success when he was looking like an MVP. I wonder how much was that him or the
Now, I
coach.
never said that.
I'm just saying because that's the reason he's here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm with you, Keely.
I want because I know that the head coach of there, I forgot his name, is Kevin O'Donnell or something. No, Kevin
Mm-hmm.
something.
No, you got it, Kevin O'Donnell. That's his name.
Yeah, so I remember he was pretty highly touted on the offensive side of the ball. And that's how he got the job. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering how much of that success that we saw from Kirk, because Kirk looked amazing last year before he got hurt. And I'm
Sam
wondering how.
Darnold. Sam Darnold played for the Vikings today. He looked good. playing for the Giants against
The
the Giants.
astronaut that beat us last year
Yeah,
looked pretty good.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. So I'm not gonna look at you and say, "Oh, you're wrong, Julie." No,
I'm just exploring the
you got a
thought.
point. Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
a very good
exploring the
thought.
thought. Like, because it's the same argument I have with people about Matt versus Kyle Shanahan. I wonder how much of it is just the guy's a good play caller and he just knows his football. Um, because I've never seen Kirk look like that. Like Kirk has been okay, but Kirk
Yeah,
looked like an MVP candidate last year.
I don't know about
Um,
that. He looked good.
Well, Tampa
well,
Bay
he
still scored more than we did.
but to be fair, last year Kirk, you have to give him his prop. Kirk looked like he was in the MVP conversation before he got hurt.
Hmm.
So I
Now,
That's what I heard.
go ahead, Keith. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
no, I was just exploring that thought. That's it. I wonder if maybe it was more so coaching than it was actually Kirk.
I mean, like I say, we'll find out the next 2 weeks. We'll definitely find that out.
When those
Like I
two
say, everything y'all
interceptions,
saying could be true, but I just don't want to. I just don't want to jump to conclusions after week one. Then it got to come out and drop what 30 points against the Eagles or something. I'm just saying it could have just been rusty because it was the first. It's not like he came out and did this after a whole preseason of playing with the offense, looking good after a whole year of playing, not being hurt, and then came out looking this way. Then I'll probably be more with y'all. But like I say, first game back off
But you're
injury.
making it worse because that just goes to what John was saying. He should have been
Oh
playing.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
Yeah,
every
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
everything you said is an indictment on Raheem because Raheem was literally. It's not that it was like, oh, that's one of the things he stood firm on that because he was questioned about people playing in the
I
preseason.
think
Like,
Raheem was just following the path of his old coach McVay.
but
hey, but when you get into the big chair, Red, you are
Uh,
your own man.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I agree. I mean, but now
You are your own man now.
personally, I would have had my guys out there for preseason. So I'm saying, me personally, I would have did it differently. But
See,
I
you
see.
know what?
what adds
I
to it is
want to
the fact that
find
he
this
was
Joker.
asked. Like reporters were asking him
Oh yeah,
throughout camp.
and Kirk Cousin himself, he asked,
Hmm.
"Am I gonna play?" He wanted to play during the preseason.
Yeah,
Okay,
I see. He needed to too.
yeah, and see that's the thing. That's the thing right there.
This was his
See,
first year not playing in the preseason,
that's the
and
thing.
it wasn't by his choosing.
And see, you should have put, because see, there's this Joker that we went round and round for about 2 or 3 days on Facebook. He calling me all kind of names. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You a sorry son of a bitch. And okay, I love for folk to do that because once they start cussing, I know I got them. And so thing is that what I've been saying for the longest. If it's good enough for Tom Brady to play, it's good enough for anybody to play during the preseason because
Yeah,
Patrick
injuries
Mahomes played.
happen. Yeah, injuries happen. You can't avoid injuries. You could get injured just walking out down the field.
you
And
can
most
get
of
injured
those,
at practice. You can get injured
yeah,
at practice.
because see now a lot of times these ACLs and things of that sort, they're non-contact injuries. Man
Right.
ain't nowhere near you, and you plant wrong, and it go whoop whoop. And
Hmm.
because see, I had an ACL, and I knew I was going up for a dunk, and I stepped, and my knee went whoop whoop. I went down to the ground. I knew what it was, ACL.
Nobody around.
He was
You know,
bringing the thunder.
Aaron's out for the season.
I'm gone. I'm done. It was ACL, non-contact injury. Man didn't do anything. It just happened. All right. Those things are always possible. It should,
Yeah.
and you can't put people in bubble wrap not playing football. You can't be in bubble wrap playing football. You got to go out there and the way that you practice is the way that you play.
Now I think we all agree that we should have saw the guys a few reps in the preseason. So
by the way,
we all on that same page. I didn't think we all thought they'd come out and drop just 10 points though.
When Bijan
we needed Rust-Oleum. We needed Rust-Oleum, man, because I could see from the very first offensive set. Now the defense. See, the thing is about defense. Okay, you're bringing back people and adding people that know basically what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Grady Jarrett. You signing AJ Terrell and various people. You're bringing back people who basically know what they're doing. And the main thing that I was concerned about was the push up front, the pass rush. All right. But when you have people on offense, first-time offensive coordinator, quarterback that's been out since October 30th of last year, new offensive pieces, offensive line that supposedly is a running offensive line, but we didn't need to improve too much on the run. We needed to improve on our passing offense and our passing offensive blocking. That was the question mark. That was the question mark. And old Cement Foot, he was getting beat rush blocking and pass blocking. He was getting beat like a doggone bass drum.
You talking about McGarry?
Yeah. And see, thing is now, all right. Now, see, me, if I was McGarry
didn't have a chance today.
Right. I mean, it was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous.
And to all those that are asking about Michael Penix, just remember this. If Penix is your starting quarterback, that in turns makes McGarity the left tackle because he's protecting. I'm just saying he's protecting Penix's blind side because Penix is left-handed. So just remember that. That is the evil we have to decide on.
And everybody,
I don't think Penix would have made a difference if they not with TJ Watt.
No, not with him. Not with him getting home. Plus the fact you weren't throwing any quick hitting pass plays.
Right.
That's another thing. You wasn't getting rid of the ball.
You weren't giving London a chance to affect the game.
How many times did we target him? Once today?
Maybe once, maybe twice. And I remember he was around 6 other guys when he got the when they intercepted him. But he was. London did not get any targets, if anything.
And I'm gonna look now. What John Brooks said here, and fellas, we need to ask ourselves, what if it's in Kirk's mind and he's not 100% all the way healed yet, and it's messing with his mind? Possibly, and even more so because of the fact that you didn't go out and take any snaps in a real game during the preseason, not against your people that are on your own defense, whatever. You got to get out there and take hits. You got to take snaps. You got to get in repetition. You got to get in a rhythm.
That was literally his first preseason game today.
It was.
That's why I say
10 months, Red. In 10 freaking months. No, 11 months, Red. In 11 months. Come on.
See, now we probably gonna have to change our way now, because thing about it, he'll probably start playing in rhythm after the first 3 games. And that's the messed up part. Because we'll sit here at 0-2, 0-3 and think the sky is falling in. And in reality, it's really not. It's just this clown just didn't have no, like you say, he ain't had no reps in over a year. And he needed to play some preseason. Because he'll probably, look, I wouldn't be surprised if he started off slow and come October and November and get on a little run. But that'll be after these first few games versus the playoff teams, and you'll have a lot of folks saying, Anyway, he just beating up on the chump team.
Yeah.
Look how he played against the good teams. And
By the way, that is Kurt's MO. He's always been that way. If he starts slow, but the other thing is this: what you just said is perfect because it's not like the sky is falling. We're just calling out what we've seen. That's why it's the eye test. Plug. But the thing is we're seeing this and we're going, okay, this is why we said play preseason. Get on the floor, and then you could go at it full throttle. Now we got to watch, our team on prime time go, okay, can we improve? And then we really won't know
it might be a little better. Now, that's all I say. This today was his first preseason game. That's why I say today might be the worst of it. He might come out next week and get all the cobwebs out and play a little bit better. And the Eagles, they didn't play just godly against the Packers. The Packers could have beat them Friday night. So in the way our defense played, to me, our defense played for good enough for us to win. If they play like that against Jalen Hurts and Kurt get the damn cobwebs out and go out and play a more competitive game, actually put some points up on the board, then it won't look as bad as today, and that'll be on prime time.
Like I said, go ahead.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I mean, you're right. See, we got every right to get on his ass today because, like I say, didn't look good. Should have played in the preseason. You look rusty as hell. No chemistry. 2 turnovers, and you had every chance to win this game, and you just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that 4th down stand down there.
I just knew we were gonna win. I just said, okay, Kurt, you're gonna go down and win this game. But you know what I thought? I thought even if we went down and got a touchdown, say, man, we were gonna have to play defense one more time for that kicker because you just get to the half-yard line, that kicker could make a field goal.
It's like this. I wasn't afraid of the offense. I was afraid of the kicker.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, really. I mean,
Russell Wilson might have lost his job today, though.
Well, see,
I don't know.
See, Pittsburgh, that whole thing's up in there. That whole thing's up in there. Now, like I said, when your defense at least 3 or 4 times today put you in a position to win the game or at least score some points so that you wouldn't be chasing behind anybody. Because all they were doing for all that Justin Fields, Najee Harris was doing, field goals, no touchdowns, field goals.
Right. That's why I want overreacting so much because I kept saying, well, we still in the game. We still got a chance.
Yeah. I mean, throughout the game, I kept on going, okay, we can still turn this around. It's just that last interception killed it.
Oh. And he rushing it. He pat like you say, John. Patting the ball. Dude, if you got to pat the ball, don't freaking throw it. Not the way you looking at. You think if you patting the ball, you don't think the defense see you patting the ball, dumbass. And they looking right at your ass.
See, that's the thing, Red. That's the thing. If he had thrown a pass with a little air under it, my man was behind the defense.
Right.
He was behind the defense.
They got patting the ball like it's a pack of cigarettes, fool. Just throw it.
And they had the pass before that. They had it where he just did not lead enough to get the guy out of bounds. Yeah. So it's like, I understand what he was doing, but man,
you know what it is, Cedar? No, all that coming to no reps together. Nobody had no chemistry today on offense. And that's what I'm saying. What the F were they doing this preseason or this training camp? This when you're supposed to be getting your communication together. Because there
That,
was no communication out there today. You're leading, folks. You ain't leading nobody nowhere. They get open. You're patting the ball like it's a damn pack of Newports, and you got a man wide open. Dude, come on. The best play you made was the Kyle Pitts in the end zone, and you damn near missed that one almost. You almost got sacked before you found him.
and here's the scary part. Kirk Cousins is 36. Remember, we cut bait with Matt Ryan, and he had that horrible year at Indianapolis at 36. So that's the other thing I'm thinking about too. I'm hoping that this ain't going to be the thing, but Kurt's got to. Kurt's got to perform tomorrow, next week. That's
Yeah.
really what's going to have to come down to.
Oh, yeah.
Because
All right, I'm not waiting now, but yeah, you do. You gotta look better next week now, and you gotta. And even against Pat Mahomes Sunday night. Now I give you, like I say, I'm gonna give you this one game of rust. This is your first preseason game, but preseason game 2 and 3, you gotta look better, baby. We gotta look good.
But here's the thing, and this is the very key thing about football. If I'm not mistaken, doesn't game 1 count too?
Yeah, but it's just one game.
Does game 2 count? You see what I'm saying? It's like
game 2 count. That's why you gotta win that one. Yeah, you can't be 0-2, 0-3.
Now let me let's clear something up. If the Falcons get to before I even say that, this was a conference game.
Yeah, or interconference actually.
Oh, excuse me. That's right. It's the AFC team.
Yeah, out conference. Yeah, because it's AFC versus NFC.
So it may not be that bad a loss overall, but you got to take care of business next week.
Yeah, because that is a conference game. That's definitely a conference
game. Exactly.
Now the only thing about this, we did say, and I'm trying to remember what I said so I can be kind of consistent and not be wavering and wiggling. We could be way out in front of our divisional mates by week 6. Because if we won these first 3 games, then took care of business the next 3 where we had head-to-head matchups with our division, we could be far ahead of everybody.
And that's still in play. That's still in play.
Oh, yeah.
We never said we were gonna be undefeated. We said we were gonna maybe have 1 or 2 losses.
Right. It's still in play on paper. But what I saw, because
when you say it like that,
see, now look, now, okay. Let me paint this picture for you. With all of this preseason hype, with all of this that we got changed and everything that we did, and people that we go quiet on offense, and all of this, I was looking for a passing touchdown in the first series. I thought y'all were gonna send them, and we were gonna throw some down there, and we were gonna bomb them all over the field. But we ran. We did more running. We did more running. It was a thing where we were trying to establish the run. We didn't have but one offensive formation, the pistol, that we were doing everything out of. And I'm saying now, whoa, wait a minute. Didn't this man come from the Rams organization as an offensive person out of the Rams organization? And from what I remembered of what they did at, in the Rams organization, especially once they acquired Stafford, look, balls were going all over the place. I mean, balls were getting thrown all over the place. You had innovation, you had imagination, you had misdirection, you had people. Man, and then I come today and watch this game in its entirety. I said, my goodness, this is no better than what I saw in 3 years of Arthur Smith. What I saw today. I didn't see anything better than what I saw with Arthur Smith.
Mm.
And in a close examination, it may have been worse.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
It may have been worse
10
Because you had
points.
the better
at
quarterback.
least, now and see the thing was, at least with Arthur Smith, you saw innovation. You saw formations, different things going on. You didn't have a quarterback worth 2 flies dead squished, but you saw the potential that if you had a quarterback, you'd be able to do something. Today, I didn't see any of that. I'm sorry. I did not see any of that. I saw vanilla ice cream, and I ain't talking about Breyers, and I ain't talking about 31 flavors. I'm talking about Surefine. I'm talking about that vanilla ice cream that if you leave it out, the cream on one side and that old jelly on the other side. The cheapest type of vanilla ice cream.
You talking about the Save Lot ice cream?
You talking about Vanilla Ice from Ninja Turtles 2? Ice,
Yeah.
baby.
I mean, it's and I'm looking at what John Brooks is saying. He said, John, I heard the guys in both this team has no fire, and they were praising the Steelers because the Steelers were doing different things. You know, this is pitiful. But
that's the problem.
But gentlemen, this was right after the game show. Mm-hmm. I'm sure we'll break this down. We definitely going to break this down Wednesday night.
Yep.
And talk about this a little bit more extensively. I got to watch this game over again.
Well, I should be on time for that show today. For that show on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll be talking about it on Tuesday also. So we got some shows.
I'll probably be talking about it all week. But the thing is, for some reason, I just won't be that negative. I know because
Red, hold on to it, baby. Hold on to it.
Oh yeah. See, I'm saving my rants for after the Philly and KC game because we lose them two after what I saw this week. Oh, you gonna hear Red rant like you never heard before.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why I took my heart medicine and I'm drinking heavy.
I mean, I guess I was a little because I thought we had the game. I really thought after that Landsman play that we were gonna go down and put some points on the board because we probably was the game right there.
I felt like I was getting like beat up, but I kept on trying to reason it. I'm like, okay, so we scored a field goal. All right, cool. We looking good.
After that second interception, I was knocked out after that.
I mean, that was with the time that was left on the clock after that second interception, I said no. And looking at how we were calling offensive plays and stuff, I said no, it's over.
Yeah, I said, okay, this is it right here.
It's over with.
And the way he was playing so nervous, like I say, the way it happened, I said, okay, they obviously in his head, in his mind. Dude, you need some preseason reps. Boy, did you need some preseason reps.
He probably was like, yeah, I did. If he comes on the air and like talking and goes, yeah, I really wish we had some preseason snaps. We could have figured all this out, but coach wanted us to.
Well, he got no excuse because, buddy, you got an extra day of practice because you playing Monday night. So you're a professional. You've been in this league. You're a veteran. So I'm not gonna give you the same leeway I would have gave Penny. You better be ready for the Eagles in Lincoln Financial. I don't care about the atmosphere. I don't care how hard it is to play that stage. Kirk, you better be ready for the Eagles on Monday night. And that's what I'm going to be saying all week long, buddy. Because if you're not, better believe you're going to hear Red ran after that game.
And on that, gentlemen, I'm going to shut it down.
Thanks for having me, John.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to holler at you, big dog.
I got to get something to eat. I hadn't even ate breakfast. You joking, boy.
Go eat, man. Come on.
Yeah, go get something to eat, man.
Well, I ate some fruit while the game was going on, and I threw more of it than I ate. So, you know, but Red, UNC Dub, really appreciate you guys coming on, and all of the people who came in the chat today. John Brooks, Millie Mills,
I'm gonna head back to my Facebook page. I already see a few notifications up after what I posted. I know folks probably surprised I ain't going on like it, because like I say, I've been seeing everybody else go off. So I said, well, all right, well, let me say, because I mean, everybody, there's a lot of folks going off. So I said, well, let me save my rants for next week.
All right.
All right, John, I'll holler at you Wednesday, man.
All right, you guys, everybody, we'll be back Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. We ain't through. Bye-bye.